Hello and welcome to the Worldwide Markets Forex wrap-up. We're going to start the week exactly how we ended last week, talking about the euro dollar. If you paid attention to what we were talking about last week opened with this gap, and we pretty much figured that at some point in time during the week it would fill the gap, and that's exactly what happened. We saw this fill the gap going into last week. And then there was some brief sentiment that the banks, the ECB and the Cyprus banks, were going to work everything out, and that is where you saw some of this strength. You know, the outlook wasn't as bleak, and then over the weekend they pretty much announced that the Cyprus banks were going to be closed. As soon as they announced that the banks were going to be closed, the euro pretty much tanked to its previous low at 128.45 roughly. You see we have a little bit of a wick here, but you really didn't get a hour candle close below that level. So we're kind of using this 28.45, 28.50 level as a baseline, and we're going to see where we go. As of now, Cyprus banks are going to be meeting over the course of the next few hours, and we need to pretty much wait and see what happens. I would definitely be very, very cautious if you are planning on trading the euro. We're in a wait and see situation. Nobody knows what the banks are going to do, and also nobody knows what the reaction of the market is going to be. So I'd be very, very cautious and very, very careful before making any trades on the euro or any currency pairs that involve the euro, i.e. euro dollar, euro yen, euro Aussie, euro CAD, because it's just an unstable situation. Now, we also talked about gold last week, and we see the kind of the opposite reaction. This is the area where you started to see some positivity on the euro. So people were selling off gold, and then as soon as the euro tanked, gold shot back up because it is your haven, your haven for when things to get to be uncertain or bleak in certain trading currencies. So right now, gold's just kind of hanging out at 1600. And I think whatever the euro does is going to push gold in the opposite direction. So if the euro, the sentiment isn't as bad and they find a solution and the euro sees some positive moves, I think you're going to see gold start to trickle back down into the 1580s like we talked about last week. If you get a lot more gloom and doom coming out of Europe, I think that people are going to run to gold as its safe haven, and you'll see this shoot back up to 1615, 1620, and possibly even higher depending on how long things last with the euro. All right, we're going to move on to the dollar yen. We were looking at some longer term charts last week on the dollar yen, just to follow up on the trades that we were looking at. Last week was the first down, week that we saw on the weekly chart for the euro dollar here. We had a down week, and then we had this doji cross, and then we've started the week, to the downside. This 38.2% is from the weekly chart on the Fibonacci. Right here around 94, and we want to see if it breaks to the downside and continues a little bit of a pullback. We have a second fib level that we put in on the daily chart, and if we do get a break below this 94 area, which was previous resistance, current support, we want to see a clean break below 94, and then we could trail back down to the 91.75 area, which we saw not too long ago when the dollar yen stalled on the upside move at the beginning of 2013. So we're gonna wait and see what happens. We want to wait and see what happens with the U.S. equities market, as well as the statements from Kuroda coming out of Japan, and then that's going to push this one way or the other. The reason why we're not talking about any other currency pairs right now is because a lot of the markets are waiting on the euro. The euro is going to push a lot of things and move a lot of things around. If you do have any specific currency pairs that you would like to see analysis of, please give us a shout on Facebook or Twitter. So that's Facebook is www.facebook.com/WorldWideMarkets, or Twitter, our handle is at WorldWideMKTS. So as I said, give us a shout on Facebook, give us a shout on Twitter if there's any currency pairs you want us to cover, and we'll be happy to do so. That is all we have for today. Good luck with your trading and enjoy your day.